From miles to aisles, let's go. Well, welcome to part 2 of this wonderful conversation with Becca Smith.
We hope you learned a lot out of that last one, as we did. And there's a whole lot more in store in this one.
Yeah, so she goes into it about the training that she does with other budding makeup artists around central Queensland. And of course, there's a big recap at the end. But there's more tips and tricks that you can do in preparation for your big day. So let's just get into it. Beck, tell me about these fabulous mirrors and what this space is for.
This space is for when I do one-on-ones or for people who just want to learn makeup on themselves, or if I've got someone who wants to learn how to do makeup professionally or become a bridal makeup artist. So sometimes we'll sit here and we'll go through different looks that they want to do, work out what they want to do with the makeup skills. They'll bring their brushes and their makeup and we'll go through it, and I'll be able to help them use what they've got.
Like their kit?
Yeah.
They bring their kit?
Yeah, bring their kit, use what they've got in their kit for different things before having to purchase other items, because it's so expensive.
And overwhelming.
Yes.
All the brands, all the products, all the things that you need as well.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, your foundations, I think up to $80 a bottle, some even more, depending on what you want to use. So I will show the girls, right, these are the 6 colors that I think you should have in your kit. And then, you know, get these adjusters and you can adjust from that, you know, make all different colors of foundations. So yeah, when they do one-on-ones or they're coming in to learn how to do makeup professionally, we'll sit here, we'll go through kits, I actually have a workbook, we'll go through the workbook. Our first usual morning session is health and safety. So we go through that, what to do, and then we go into what look they want to, you know, create. So that's what we usually do with the lights and the mirrors here.
And they play music as well.
Yes.
These are very fancy mirrors as well. And what a great way to help the next generation coming through, to be that mentor and that person, because you also have an apprentice that you take with you as well.
Yes, I have an apprentice who will come and, you know, she got the opportunity to come and do a wedding with me, but I also have a second makeup artist now who works with me, so Manny, and she did the wedding at Umbabia with us.
Oh, beautiful.
So that was fun. It's good to have a second makeup artist for those road trips. But when Manny and I started working together, I wanted to teach her my style of makeup, because when people book me, they're looking for my style. So Manny come and did a couple of lessons with me, and yeah, so now she's all good to go. I think we did 4 together this year, and I think we've already got 4 or 5 booked next year. But having that second makeup artist makes the day so much easier for everyone, because if you're having 7 or more people getting their makeup done, you've got a really early start and you're on a really strict time schedule, timeline. So having that second makeup artist means that we don't have to get up early. The bride doesn't have to get up early, and it just makes things more relaxed, and I feel smoother, less stress, and then we're all done before the photographer arrives. So it has been good. I was so nervous about working with someone else, because I have never in my years of makeup, touch wood, cancelled last minute on a bride. So it always stressed me out having to have someone else and go, oh, what if they can't do it? Then I'm going to have to find someone else. But
and who can create your look, essentially.
Yes, I have full faith in Manny. And the girls that are up and coming. But I feel like that was something that I wasn't shown. You know, it was something that when I started bridal, I would just learn, oh, well, this happened, so I'm going to add this to my kit, and this happens, so I'll add this, add this, add this. And now it's at the stage where I feel like I've got it pretty good. Being able to have the girls come along with me to weddings, and they go, oh, you know, you do this and you do that, and oh, that's amazing. Or, you know, even the cart, just ripping the cart out and sticking everything in it. And they go, oh, why didn't I think of getting a cart? So just, you know.
On the job training that you kind of miss out.
Yes.
There isn't those sorts of things that you can do with. So being able to buddy up and have a mentor such as yourself, thank you for bringing that to Central Queensland and here in Rockhampton.
And I'm happy to do that for anyone, because I feel like I never had that opportunity.
Yeah.
So if I can give that opportunity to someone else.
Yeah, no gatekeeping
No
here.
gatekeeping. I'll tell you the best brushes to buy, the best makeup, you know, everything.
But it comes down to there's someone for everyone in the creative space.
Yes.
So, you know, not to feel like with those makeup artists coming through the ranks or any wedding vendors coming through, there's space for you.
Yes.
You know, civil ceremonies at the moment, the range is something like nearly 88% of weddings are all civil ceremonies. And even if you are having a religious ceremony as well, they're becoming more creative.
Yes.
It's nothing like what it was 40 years ago. So there's room for everyone here.
Yeah.
And I think if we all embrace each other and help each other, it helps your business go into a different journey as well. You know, you might scale something back and go more into teaching in the years to come. So there's so many different avenues that you can take just from being a makeup artist.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's it like being a makeup artist in regional Australia?
It's very busy. I feel like there's not enough of us. So the more that we have, the better. So which is why I feel like I'm like, come on, you know, everyone, let's like get together. It's very busy. You have to book us in advance, a long time in advance up here, which I feel down city-wise, sometimes you can book a makeup artist a couple of months before.
Because of the range.
The range, yeah. But with us, definitely you have to book 18 months, 2 years in advance. For me, especially, I can book out even for grads a year in advance. I'm already booked for TCC formal next year, which is in next September.
Wow.
So yeah, it's very busy being a regional makeup artist, but it's fun because we have lots of variations, and I feel the areas and different like locations we get to go to. You know, I've done weddings at Billow, Delulu. We went to that one at Umbavia. Yeppoon, Cap Coast, you know, there's different places that we can go. So I feel like it's fun that way as well, having those different places that you get to experience.
And the Rockhampton region itself is such a vast area. Like, it's quite a big area. So what does the process look like in booking a makeup artist? What are the things that we need to look out for? Perhaps research before we submit that inquiry.
Yep, I would have a look. I have a website, so all of my bookings go through my website. I would definitely, as a bride booking vendors, make sure you have good communication. So if you contact a makeup artist or, you know, a celebrant, making sure that when they communicate back with you, there's a good flow and a good vibe. You don't want to book someone and then it be
ick
off. And if you ask questions, you get like a one answer response or no, or, you know, you want someone that will go, oh, well, you know, this usually happens, but you could try this. You know, you want to have that good communication, that rapport, because it's such a big day. If it goes south with them, yeah, you just want to have a good vibe, good communication, and that's one thing that I definitely check. Also checking on making sure they have terms and conditions. So, you know, those expectations, what the makeup artist expects from you, what you expect from them, so that you're on the same level. What happens, because we are getting booked so far in advance, what happens, touch wood, if that makeup artist can't do your wedding? What happens then?
And for you, luckily enough, you have backup as well.
Yeah, I have the backup. But, you know, you don't know, which then I feel like then comes to making sure that your makeup artist is legit too. Insurance policy, make sure they have insurances. So those three things can give you a good vibe, build that communication, build that trust, I guess, with your vendors. If they've got good communication, got terms and conditions, and they have insurance, good going. The other thing is making sure they have your style, that it's your style of, you know, makeup. There's no point going, if you want full glam, going to someone who does soft makeup and expecting them to do the full glam. So research what styles they do, because there are some makeup artists that will turn you away. Or even if you show up on the day and you have a full glam makeup and they do soft glam, they go, no, well, I don't do that. So do your research and have a look. Yeah, communicate and build that relationship with your makeup artist. Yeah.
Check out Instagram, socials, all the things that most people and vendors are on now.
Yep.
And reviews.
Yes.
Reviews are another thing, but also word of mouth is also gold. So perhaps reaching out to maybe someone who's left a review, or if they know they've booked you, how was your experience, and all those sorts of things. But having those legitimate legalities in place is so important, especially for us here in regional Australia, when we're so limited on resources as well, and there's not 50,000 makeup artists in the one area to choose from. And so pending something does happen on the day, is there a backup plan? It's your one day that you want to make sure everything is running smoothly. And I don't think we talk about that enough. And the communication side of things is extremely vital. If you don't hit it off on that first encounter, whether it's just text or DMing or through the website, then you want to make sure that that vibe is perfect for you, because you're not for everyone. You know, celebrants, you need to pick your person as well. And then also nutting out, and this comes from my HR background, is do you know exactly what the terms and conditions mean and what, you know, what's entailed in them as well. So communicating those sorts of things as well. Travel is another thing. How much do you travel? How far do you travel? Those sorts of things you need to communicate before you even submit a reasonable inquiry as well, making sure that you know all those sorts of facts. And which brings me to being a vendor in regional Australia is one of the most beautiful parts of the world in regional and rural Australia. We are very lucky to have so many beautiful areas, especially here in central Queensland. But also, we also want to make sure that we are leaving room for people who match what you're after. Photographer, the same thing. You might not want a photographer who has an orange base, or they use a natural filter, or they don't use a filter at all. Makeup is the same thing. And I guess from your point of view, you've done it all and know your style and creativity as well. So when brides are booking people like their makeup artists, what's one piece of advice you could give to a bride now searching for her makeup artist?
I think the most important thing is to really look at the makeup artist's page, because the Instagram that's your portfolio. The amount of times that I have someone messaging me going, "Do you do bridal makeup?" Or "Do you do this?" And so you've gone to my page, but you haven't looked at me. Like, look at who's doing your makeup. Make sure they seem legit. And see what other weddings, like you can look through and see what other wedding makeups they've done, who they've worked with. You know, just do your research on them.
Do your research.
Yeah, do your research and just see. And I feel like that way you can get a vibe for that makeup artist as well. You know, I don't show my face on Instagram often, but sometimes when I do, you know, it's just me being me. So you can go, oh, yeah, well, that's Beck, you know. So you get a little bit of a vibe for who I am. So I feel like, get to know that person first rather than reaching out, you know, secondly.
Just from one photo.
From one photo, and have a look through, see what work they've done. And have a good look at them.
And then comes into price as well, comes into play, which sometimes it's the first thing that people are looking for. They've got a really strict budget on what they're after, but it's communicating that this is my price and this is why. We've spoken about so much, Beck, what entails in makeup. It's not just an hour or a couple of hours on the day. There's trials, there's lighting, there's actually building the makeup on your face. There's so much involved. The cleaning afterwards, the hours that's involved with that, the traveling, like the hours that you travel as well. So I'd really like to explain to people why it is that the wedding industry has this wedding industry tax. Because it's one day that people get. So what's your advice when looking for a makeup artist and the pricing between different people, I guess?
Well, I have been trying to educate makeup artists around town because I found out that some of the makeup artists weren't charging travel. So you're spending sometimes, like we said, an hour and a half to pack a kit, get home, washing brushes. You're also spending that time traveling, your fuel, your vehicle expenses, all that, and they're not charging travel. So I've been trying to educate people that you definitely need to be charging travel. And then looking at what other time that you are taking to do these weddings and to do these events and these destination bookings, I guess you could call them, and then taking that into account, because your time is so precious. And instead of, spending time doing that and not getting paid for it, you could be spending time with your family is one of the big things that I push to the girls. So making sure that if you're working, and you are working, when you're going to work, that is working, you need to be charging for your time.
And especially most of us are sole traders.
Yes.
We don't have other jobs that we go to because weddings take up so much of our time.
Yes.
And we're very passionate about it
Yes.
as well. But there is a reason that that things are priced the way that they're priced. For example, the difference between someone who's taken it up as a hobby versus someone who actually has qualifications and the experience behind. There is a difference between paying for those different services as well. So,
and definitely, like, my kit size, like I pride myself on the diversity of my kit. You could reach into my kit and I could color match any person, but I have built that kit over time and I've condensed that kit down. It may not look very big, but I think I've got 12 or 14 foundations. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then I've got adjusters so I can make more colors. So then there's just all those additional things. So that's all money as well, and costs that, I have, which I want to have because I want to be able to offer that to my clients. That I want to be able to rock up at a wedding not knowing these people and being able to color match them and be able to make them feel just as special as everyone else, being able to have all of the color range. But even too, like, if there's anything, skin conditions and stuff, it doesn't matter. I can help you with that. Like, I've got the stuff in my kit to help you with those skin conditions.
And you're not going to be left with an orange face and a white neck as well, which we've all seen in 1,000 wedding, mostly American wedding movies. But also, you talk about the illusion and the camouflage matching with the photographer when they take photos as well. We've seen it here today with the lighting and your complexion, the makeup you've done. There is no shadowing. Yeah. Hopefully Locke's done a really good job at editing the video. Shout out to Locke behind there. But there is really so much involved that I had no idea from a makeup artist as well. So I'm really glad we've covered so much and trying to educate regional brides, because there are so many brides now looking in regional areas out of the metropolitan areas, looking at the country weddings. And
I feel like it's definitely an investment. Like, you're investing so much money into your big day that, if you don't get the right makeup artist, then I feel like you can...
It all flows.
Yes.
Everything collates to each other.
Yes.
And it starts with perhaps the makeup artist, and then it goes into your ceremony, and then comes the photographer.
Yeah.
If those vendors, and of course there are so many other vendors in between there, but if they don't all correspond with each other, then something's going to fall. The ball's going to drop somewhere. So it's making sure your team, we talk about your wedding dream team, which gives me the ick saying it, but that's exactly what it is, right? The phrase "your day, your way" gives me the total ick vibes. I never want to hear that phrase again, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's matching what you want. You want a makeup artist who's going to have the vibes for you and to make the start of your wedding day fun, because you're essentially the party starter, really.
Yes.
Where the celebrant's the party starter of the ceremony, but you're the party starter of the day.
Yeah.
And making sure that that's all working cohesively together as well. To finish up, tell me one story. Is there one story that comes to mind that's super juicy that you'd love to share?
I've got so many stories. I think we'll have to catch up again and talk about some, but I've got...
That's a whole other
episode. I've got a story. It's just a funny little story that, because I've got older children as well as younger children. Anyway, I was talking to my daughter-in-law, and she was said some Urban Dictionary slang at me, and I was like, oh, Anyway, I went to this wedding, and this slang is, I'm not going to say it, but this slang means hot. And anyway, I said, I don't even know how we got on the topic, but I was saying to the brides, oh, such and such, this word, and then the whole day it was on. Everyone was using that word.
You were trend-setting.
Yeah, so they just, oh, that's so hot. But obviously not the word, but that's so this and so that. And it's still to this point, if I do a post on Instagram, these girls will pop up and they'll go, oh, that's so such and such. I'm like, but even the other day, I did something and the mother of the bride commented, oh, that's so hot. I was like,
oh, that's so cool.
So it just stuck. So,
but they're the times that you really reminisce.
Yes.
And you remember and think about, out of all the stress, you get to take that home.
Yes.
The day, and it just shows how much the vibe.
It was, and that's the thing, it was such a vibe. Like we all just, we were all just doing it. And then the fact that it still continued on, I think it's almost 2 years later from that wedding, and we're still like messaging each other,
That's dedication.
That's dedication. Yeah, so.
And I'm sure there's so many stories that you've had. Is there one particular bride that really has resonated in your mind that you can't stop thinking about, that you just absolutely adored, you loved everything from start to finish? And what did she do?
I did a wedding. I don't know whether I can say her name, but I will. I just say her first name. Her name was Alana, and her wedding was down Yeppoon Cap Coast way, but everything that she did was just spectacular. But not only that, I rocked up in the morning and the bridesmaids were sitting at the bottom of the stairs with like a Bluetooth speaker. Alana was in the shower. Anyway, so when she come down, as soon as she started walking down the stairs, they played, and they're like, it was like, you go into the chapel, and like just they were dancing. Oh my gosh, got goosebumps. But it was just the vibe, because sometimes when you go to a wedding, it's good to be laid back, but I feel like the bridesmaids need to do a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to do a little bit more. And these girls just made Alana like, from the moment she started walking down that stairs, it was like,
how special.
Yeah, Alana, do you want a drink? Alana, do you want that? She, and just everything about it was beautiful. It was like it was her proper bride tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just did everything. Yeah, it was just such a special day. That's what I feel like that's what I loved about that wedding.
So if you're a bridesmaid, take a leaf out of Alana's book.
Yes.
And make sure that your bride team are going to be your cheerleaders from 4 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the next morning. Make sure they're your party starters as well. Beck, I've had such a great time chatting with you. If there is any other information that people want to learn about you, where can they find you?
Just go to my website, which is just beccasmithmakeupartist.com, or Instagram, Becca Smith MUA.
And of course, we'll tag all of that in the comments below as well. But Beck, you're a huge change maker in the makeup industry, not only for bridal, but for creative makeup as well. So thank you for being here in Rockhampton in central Queensland, and for our beautiful regional and rural couples as well. I thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Ta-da! High five. Cool? Brilliant. Done.